Hai incredible people, I am Fadhlullah and welcome to Fadhlullah Ngalor Ngidul podcast. A podcast that aims to share experiences and to increase knowledge to others in order to make people who listen to be insightful. Enjoy it! For season 2, Fadhlullah Ngalor Ngidul podcast has a podcast series called Ekiok, Excellent Youth Talks. This program aims to share about life development from incredible youth. In this episode, I am joined by my best friends from Diponegoro University. The main topic for this episode is handled by Halodul Production. Each episode has one topic include a few subtopics inside, and we will discuss and sharing insight and point of view about the topic. Without further ado, let me introduce myself and my best friends. Hello listeners, welcome to Ekiok, Excellent Youth Talks, English podcast series. I am Fadhlullah, a public health student from Diponegoro University. Ekiok, Excellent Youth Talks is English podcast series that aims to share about life development from incredible youth. Today, I am joined by my best friends, Alma, Anthony, Belinda, Lukman, and Valda from Diponegoro University as well. To start conversation about today's topic, we will start with the check-in question first. What kind of work industry are you interested in working in it? Kindly give your reasons about it. Okay, let me first Like me, I'm very interested and concerned about industry creative, airlines, and health because simply I felt I have passion and big attention to work on that industry, feeling enjoy and happy, and I strive to achieve that goals. What about you guys? Maybe Lukman, you can first. Your turn.
Hey, Dul, yeah. Yeah. I also have some interest as you like in aviation industry and health industry, but my childhood dream was in aviation industry. But as time goes, as a health industry, especially in biotechnological stuffs like vaccines or medicines, but I think it could be better if I could go and combine both of them. But yeah, as long as it's a progressive industry and open-minded, I think I will switch on them. What about you, Belle?
Okay, cool. Thank you, man. About me, I would love to work in the food and beverages industry because I love to find out how a product is made. Because I used to watch Laptop Si Unyil and goddamn, it's fun. But I am interested in working in another sector like renewable energy, environmental health, and maybe even organizer. And the reason is simply because I enjoy doing every single things inside. How about you, Val?
Wow, nice one, Belle. For me, I would like to work in a place that has some purposes or visioner that align to what I believe and make the world get better. But I still keep my option open. And what about you, Anthony?
Well, it's a great statement from you, Val. To me, I would like to choose an industry that has a great vision and a goal to influence the world, be a better place. An industry that has dynamic movement and progress, wide relation, and always engage us to crafting great innovation and ideas for making a product or something. But if I have the opportunity to choose three kinds of industry, I will choose health, education, and the animation or film industry. What about you, Ma?
Thanks for asking, Ton. I would be thrilled if I have the opportunity to work in an international industry or international corporation that can keep on empowering me to meet and maintain a relation with a bunch of new people and provide a wider international connection and opportunities. And if I have to be specific, I would love to work in the health human resource industry because I recently just read a novel and the main characters work in HR, and to be honest, it seemed fun.
Amazing. That's dope.
I mean,
Okay, guys, so It's like a good opportunity if we can work in those working industries, right? And I hope you guys can achieve those
Yeah.
things. Amen, amen, amen.
Amen.
Okay, moving to the main topic, we're gonna talk about opportunity cost. Yay!
Wow, that's
So,
topic.
how
Wow.
big
Easy
is
topic.
opportunity cost used as a limitation of the real condition that has happened? I will go first to Almas. In your opinion, as a university student, what are the things that must be the priority in your life?
Okay, in my life, as a university student, I think I have like 5 top priorities these days. The first priority goes to my mental health because I took my mental health more seriously after everything that has happened before. And then the rest goes to courses/knowledge, skills, relation, and family. Those 5 are necessities to me. So, what's your priorities in life, Tony?
Well, it's a great priority from you, Ma. For me, I think every person exactly has their own priorities. I can't say what things must be priority in life. For me, I'm gonna group my priorities using the rule of 3 principles. There are life, career, and school. Life is having a good relationship in my family, my friends, and other people, making new friends, getting a healthy lifestyle. Career is gaining new skills, having new experiences with internship, and making my first business. And the last one is school is to complete my study as well as I can. What about you, Belle? What's your top priority?
Cool. Wow. Such a great concept on from you. About me, my top 5 priority is academic, networking, skills, happiness, and last but not least, my family. My goals is always the same from the beginning, which is to graduate with the cum laude predicate. And that's what I'm trying to fight for in the midst of my activities. And if it's about networking, of course, I really want to have the widest possible acquaintance. And from there, it also becomes a field for developing or maybe discover new skills. And family, of course, they are my everything. I think that's all for me. How about you, man?
Wow, that's a pretty straightforward goal for, for you, Belle. Yeah, talking about priorities, I think it's okay to have a lot of priorities, but I remember a famous quote from Warren Buffett, the famous businessman and philanthropist from the US, and he said that in every chapter in your life, make about 25 things you want to do in those spaces and put the top 5 as the most important in your life. Focus on the ones that could determine your next step, and the rest will come eventually. So for my top 5 for this phase as a university student is first to complete my study as best as possible, and the second one is to develop bonds and relationships, and then to gain every knowledge as much as possible, whether it's related to my major or not, and last but not least, to gather experiences from the internship and organization activities. I guess I already done all of them, but I can't wait to gain more from these priorities. And how about you, Val? I am really curious about yours.
Okay, thank you, man. First of all, nice reference. I like to hear that Warren Buffett quotes. And for me, I want to keep things simple. My top priorities are my family, and the second one is my study, and the third one is exploring all my skills. And how about you, Dul?
Okay, thank you, Val. The same thing from you guys, but for me, the prioritas number 1 is academic matters. But we have to know there is the others matters to add more values on academic. From more values on academic things, like we have to improve our skills outside academic things in order we are ready to face in the industry. That things not only can get from academic but outside academic as well. Okay, continue from the first question. The next one is, what is the definition of opportunity cost that you've understood? Like my opinion, opportunity cost means that every opportunity we have and we do will have something we have to give up. So we must be smart in determining priorities so as not to sacrifice important things to become opportunity costs that must be paid. Belinda, I want to know your opinion about the question.
Okay, thank you, Dul, for asking me. I'm kinda seconded with your statement. In essence, the concept I believe in is you will get what you pay and vice versa. Likewise, with sacrifice, it is all about choices, and therefore, it is necessary to consider which one is more beneficial and profitable to pursue. And then just chase it. And in my case, maybe when I focusing on my ambition and I want to have this or that, absolutely, I have to sacrifice either my family time or with my friends too. But I feel it is all worth it because I got what I wanted. I guess that's it from me. How about you, Val?
Hearing from Belinda gave me new ideas. For me, I agree. I think opportunity cost is like losing the benefit of opportunity that you didn't take. And even there's always a cost to every choice we make. For example, I value my sleep better than my test grade, so I sleep and miss studying for exams. That cost me an opportunity to get a good grades and better understanding towards the subject. Thus, I agree with Belinda for it's necessary to consider which option you want to sacrifice as it's impact the future time. How about you, Ton?
Wow, it's a cool definition from you, Val. In my opinion, opportunity cost means something we have to sacrifice to get another something which should be better for you. I think opportunity cost is the rule of life, is the law of life. When in life, we always face some choice. We have to choose. If, for example, when we were kids, the choice was effortless. Like this day, what game do I want to play, or what cartoon do I want to watch? But as we know, as time goes on, we get older and have a lot of tough choices. This choice forces us to sacrifice one thing to have other things. Well, we can't have both options, right? So we have to be clever at what cost we have to sacrifice and make sure that was the right choice. What about you, man? What's your definition of your type?
I think I couldn't agree more with you, Ton, by the definitions and the examples that you provided with us and also the previous folks. And I think I just want to add a thing, famous quote in our proverb. It said like, esa hilang dua terbilang, or could be translated into when you lose one, you get two. I saw that mural once at Siliwangi Stadium in Bandung City. And why I found this quote is interesting because for a long time, our ancestors have taught us to see the opportunity cost in a positive way. Like, when we lose things, we shall receive better things. That's the natural law of this life. And I'm curious about Alma. What about you, Ma? What do you think about this?
Spoken like a true Sundanese you are. First of all, you guys already gave a great explanation about this definition of opportunity cost, but I always assume that opportunity cost implies that every opportunity or chance we get in life will always come with some sacrifices and casualties as the price that we have to pay. The odds of opportunity come without any cost is nearly rare to zero, I think. And I don't even recall that I have ever got an opportunity without having to pay for the cost. That shows that we have to be extra careful and be smart when we want to take the opportunity.
Wow, that's a great perspective.
Very
I think
cool.
very cool from you guys, and I'm really curious about all of you and your activities as university student. I want to know how much do you use this kind of calculation, the opportunity cost calculation, as a common thing to sacrifice something. Maybe Anthony can give your answers first, please.
Okay, man. Thank you for the opportunity. I think I have to spend 24 hours every day. If I don't use it, I don't use opportunity cost. To sacrifice some things that are not too important. There are a lot of things to do in college life, as we know, in academic matters, you have to do presentation, make a slide presentation, or write a paper, discuss a topic, and that is not only in one course, but can even all course have different groups with different people. Moreover, in college life, we sometimes join an organization, with project with your friends, or making podcasts like we do now. So that is how much I use opportunity cost as a common thing in my college life. How about you, man?
Yeah.
How do you use
For
it?
me, I always use it to make an important decision. I did it a lot, and I do for now. Yeah, but to calculate it, I think I need some methods like the SWOT method, or sometimes considerations with, from several people. Like, what would I regret if I sacrifice this, and what would I gain if I don't sacrifice this? There's a lot of things to be considered, and the more things we get to consider, and it means the more things we have to sacrifice if we leave it. What about you, Val?
Wow, so cool. For me, I don't really calculate the cost, but I think it's always good to be prepared or minimalizing the cost at least. If I got busy schedule, which is rarely, the Eisenhower box always help to sort which is more important and urgent than others. If it's urgent and important, then do. If urgent but not important, delegate. If important but not urgent, decide. And if not important and not urgent, then delete. I hope it helps. What about you, Alma?
To start with, there's a lot of activities that I have or I want to do as a student/youngsters. Like, for instance, of course, we have to go to the campus to learn about courses. We have to do the paperwork. We have to do the organization work, brushing up our skill. Moreover, on the other hand, we want to just relax, have a me time, hang out with our friends to the cafe, or simping if you have a boyfriend or girlfriend. But you cannot do that all at once in one day. You have to manage your time, and that leads to sacrificing some of it. In my case, I can only sacrifice 3 things, and those are my me time, hanging out with my friends, and obviously simping, as I don't even have one to begin with. And I somewhat prefer to sacrifice my me time a lot, since I'm an extrovert and I don't really like it when I'm all alone in my room, nor to go to a vacay alone. And I find that hanging out with friends wasn't always a waste of time, because I get a lot of current information or news by doing so, considering we always share any news and do our paperwork together. What about you, Fadul?
Okay, Alma, maybe I can second that from you, but for me, as university student, we have many things that we can live with, such as studying on campus, playing with friends to make memories, maybe join organization to practice ourselves, and other positive activities. However, all of these things cannot be done all at once. We must choose what we can do. This can be a priority in your life or in my life. Now, from my experience, I more sacrifice playing with friends in order to be able to do college well and be able to join organization and committee. But in fact, we also need to know what playing with friends is also necessary for us to build more relationship and entertain ourselves. So what I do is divide the activities according to the portion, so that we can do all the activities even though they cannot be done simultaneously. Okay, the last, Belinda, what's your statement about this?
Okay, first thing first, glad to know that you guys are really concerned about the decision you want to take, which is great. About me, I didn't calculate it yet, but I think we have the common prop since we're on the same page, right? And I quite often use it, but I am not that strict though. Unless I need to make a decision that will last for 6 months or even years, I will consider it very deeply with so many consideration, and sometimes I even use a SWOT analysis too, like Lukman, but if I'm not lazy, of course.
Okay. Well, guys, we have come to the end of this episode. Okay, to close today's episode, kindly all of you give the closing statements from this question. Will your regret for something be paid off by using the excuse of making it an opportunity cost for other matters that has been successful? Belinda, what do you think about it? What's your conclusion?
The answer is maybe, but so far I am satisfied with what I have sacrificed because it means another milestone has been achieved for me and it feels really good. How about you, Dul?
Okay, savage answer, Belinda. Okay, for me, it depends on condition, time, and about the things that become opportunity cost. But until now, overall, all the things that I got and left behind, I have no regrets about the things that I have prioritized. Ooh, so cool. Okay, Falda, what do you think about it?
Wow, cool, Dul. To be honest, there are several things that I have missed and regret, but I don't really like investing in the past as there's always some new opportunities ahead of you. So, how about you, Lukman?
Well, to be honest, I used to be a people that always looking back in the past, but I think that's not a worth of your time. And then I came to a conclusion that regrets and negative thoughts will always be there, whether you will take a decision A or decision B. The only question you have to ask yourself after you've made a decision is, how long do you want to be in your regret? An hour, a day, a week, or even a year? That will determine the opportunity cost of your decision. If you regret it for a short time, then you are getting profit from your opportunity cost, and vice versa. The longer you regret it, and your profit turn into your loss eventually. How do you see this, Alma?
Well, I think I'm pretty much the same like you guys. I mean, regret is always bound to happen. It's the price we have to pay. How we deal with it is what matters, I think. I know it's hard to not mourn about it sometimes, but we too have to look at the situation from a bigger frame. We took that opportunity already, so are we gonna keep mourning about the price, or are we gonna make the price worth it by working our asses off with the opportunity we get? I've been in that position a lot, and how I dealt with it was I keep on telling myself to just, suck it up. I don't want to waste the opportunity because I know a good opportunity never comes around twice. And yeah, by the end of the day, everything worked out just well, and I didn't even think about that cost if the cost really matters compared with the result. It's not. So what about you, Anthony? Go ahead and say it.
Okay, Alma. My conclusion is I believe that regrets always following us when we make a decision. There are always consequences from our decision. But for me, so far I take that regret as a lesson for me to make sure I will be more wise and more determining when making a decision next time. That's from me.
That's it for today's episode of Ekyok, Excellent You Talks, English podcast series by Fadhlullah Ngalor Ngidul Podcast. Thank you so much to Alma, Anthony, Belinda, Lukman, and Falda for sharing your experiences and insight on today's topic. Follow us on Instagram and subscribe to the YouTube page titled Halodul and Google Podcast, Spotify, and Apple Podcast page titled Fadhlullah Ngalor Ngidul. Stay tuned so that you don't miss the next episode on Ekyok Podcast series. Bye-bye!